Good day, teachers. I am Shara Galias de Villeras, and as part of our research entitled Exploring the Effectiveness of Reciprocal Teaching Strategy in Improving the Reading Comprehension Among Grade 4 Learners, I am here to present an audio-video teaching guide for English 4, Quarter 1, Module 3, Sequencing Events. This video will give an overview or sample of the step-by-step process on how to apply the reciprocal teaching strategy to help learners understand and comprehend effectively. Let us now go through each section of this module and see how the four key steps of RTS projecting, questioning, clarifying, and summarizing can be used in your classroom. To begin the lesson, let's activate the learner's prior knowledge through the What I Know session. Give clear directions and allow enough time for the learners to read the short story and answer the questions that follow. After the initial activity, we now move to the What's New part of the module. Here integrate the projecting stage of RTS. Let the learners look at the pictures and arrange them in the correct order of events. Ask guiding questions such as, what do you think happened first in these pictures? What might happen next? What will happen at the end? Learners indicate this is about what will happen in the story based on clues, pictures, and titles. Now that the learners have made their prediction, is it section. In this part, explain what sequencing events means. That is, putting the parts of the story in the order that they happened, from beginning to end. While discussing, apply the clarifying step of RTS, model how to clarify by asking, what do we mean by signal words? Can you give examples of signal words that show sequence? Why is sequencing important when telling a story? Encourage learners to look for signal words such as first, next, then, and finally in the examples. You may also ask them to share any words they find confusing and guide them in using dictionary or context clues to understand those terms better. Now, let's proceed to once more activity to strengthen learners' comprehension. Let the learners read the short story about Tommy planting a tree. After reading, ask comprehension and sequencing questions like, what did Tommy do first? What happened after he covered the seed with soil? What was the last thing he did? Continue applying the clarifying step by discussing unfamiliar words or pieces in the story. Encourage learners to work together to figure out meanings using context clues before confirming the correct definitions. Then, let them arrange the events of the story in correct order by numbering from 1 to 5. Provide feedback and correct misconceptions gently. Now, it's time to let learners apply what they learned independently. Ask them to write 5 sentences describing their daily morning routine using signal words such as first, next, then, after, that, and finally. This activity allows them to practice sequencing in real-life context and apply all 4 RTS steps, especially summarizing and clarifying, as they organize their thoughts clearly. To check their understanding, let the learners answer the assessment part of the module. Remind them to read each question carefully and choose the correct answer. While checking, review with the class how signal words guide the sequence events in a story. Clarify any confusion and summarize the key ideas once more. To end the lesson, review the four steps of reciprocal teaching strategy: predicting, questioning, clarifying, and summarizing. These four steps help us think carefully about what we read and understand it better. When we use RTS, we become active readers who can find meaning and purpose in every text. Thank you, teachers, for watching this video teaching guide. I hope this guide helps you apply the reciprocal teaching strategy effectively in your classroom to make reading and comprehension more meaningful and enjoyable for your learners.